Okay, hi everyone. This is Jim Clausen again, Manager, ISV Industry Market Management with IBM Worldwide. And we're here today to part two interview to talk about the IBM Tech Trends Study. Last time we talked with Dan Hallenstein, who shared some great insights on the study overall. And here today, we're going to talk a little bit in more depth around industry. So I'm really happy today. I have with me one of my colleagues, Jeff Lowe. He's a strategy offering manager within my group here at IBM. And Jeff worked on this study, has great insights with the details and the findings. And so we thought we might talk about, pick Jeff's brain about healthcare, retail, banking, financial markets, and insurance. Very important industries. So Jeff, welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Well, I'll talk to the group here a little bit about kind of the industry-specific findings from this study.
Sure. One thing that we have found is that in general, all the industries across the board have been quite relatively consistent in the way that they respond. Of course, there are variations between industries, and there are lag times in when they adopt certain technology. But what we have found is that in general, all these industries are very receptive to these what we call emerging technologies. We talk about mobile, cloud, analytics, and social business solutions. So it varies in the timing and the intensity, but all of them are very receptive to embracing them.
Okay. So for our ISVs that tend to really focus on healthcare and clients and client problems in that space, why don't you talk a little bit about, why don't we start with healthcare?
Sure. So the healthcare industry is really a leader in embracing analytics. We found that 61% already have deployed some kind of analytic solutions in their business today.
Oh,
and in addition, 61% also planning to continue to increase their business analytics investments over the next 2 years. What's interesting to me, though, is not that perhaps the analytics part, but their tendency to adopt mobile technologies. Relative to other industries, 45% of the healthcare industry say that they want to deploy some kind of mobile solutions in their workplace, and they also plan to increase their investments over the next 2 years in mobile. Exactly what they are planning to do in mobile, I'm not sure, and I think that's a question that we want to find out.
Okay.
In the next year's survey, but they are very interested in mobile as well. Now, what we found to be perhaps also to me a little bit surprising is where the industry feels that they have the biggest gap is cloud. 74% of the healthcare industry respondents that we surveyed feel that they have little to no cloud skills at all.
Okay.
A tremendous skills gap in that space. And then also speaks to the fact that only 25% feel that they're really fully utilizing the cloud today. So perhaps a little bit of a challenge there, but also perhaps an opportunity for someone looking into cloud and in the healthcare space to bridge that gap.
All right, that's good. So for those of you seeing this, I will put some links to analytics, basically how to get started, where to go for analytics and for cloud. All right, Jeff, so why don't we talk about the findings for retail and what kind of insights can we gain from the study specifically to retail?
Sure. So the retail space, very logically, both mobile and analytics are top on their list. Not only is mobile, our mobile analytics the most currently adopted areas for retail, but they also plan to increase in those areas over the next 24 months. It really speaks to, logically speaks to the fact that the retailers are looking at understanding their customer base a lot better, and also reaching out to their customers where now they're spending a lot of their time on the mobile devices. They have identified, though, 83% of the retail space feel that they have a large gap in their mobile enablement. Despite the fact that they have already adopted mobile, I think the gap actually comes from the fact that where they want to take mobile is perhaps a lot further than perhaps other industries. Thus, that gap, even though
Mm-hmm.
the skills today, they really want to push the boundaries of what they can do with mobile. So
Right.
very interesting to see where they will take it in the next 24 months. One last point around the retail space is that 68% are investing in business analytics, and that's higher than any of the other industries that we've been talking about today. Very exciting space. Again, mobile and analytics. Perhaps not too surprisingly, but certainly interesting to see where they're going to be taking these two technologies in the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Investments in analytics and building skills and mobile. So while they've made some headway, it's interesting that they perceive that they can do quite a bit more. Okay, Jeff. So why don't we talk then about banking? So tell us what kinds of insights you found specific to the banking industry.
Sure. So cloud is one area that the banking industry seems to be quite ahead of because of adoption. 44% are really utilizing the cloud in their business already, and more are
Wow.
planning to do that in the next 24 months. 79% though feel that they have a considerable skill gap in utilizing the cloud.
Hmm.
Now, this might be similar to what we saw in retail in that they're really pushing the boundaries of what
Right.
they want to achieve with that technology. So not necessarily mean that they're low on their skills today, but it's really what they want to take cloud technology into the future. Again, 79% feel they have a significant gap, and I have a feeling that they are really going to be investing into bridging the gap and really embracing the cloud in the next 24 months. Analytics, again, analytics seems to be a consistent
Mm-hmm.
winner in terms of adoption. 65% already have very sophisticated analytics solutions deployed today, and 64% of them plan to increase their investments in analytics in the next 24 months. Now, what's interesting about the banking industry is that they are embracing social business technologies internally, relatively slowly compared to other industries. Only 22% have deployed some kind of social solutions internally in the organization to facilitate the conversations and workflow. This might
Hmm.
be related to just the skepticism in that industry. We're not sure, but again, we're seeing some increase in embracing the social solutions in the workplace inside the banking industry. Finally, mobile skill gap seems to be quite high in banking at 67%. Again, just like in all the other
Mm-hmm.
industries, they are increasing their investments in mobile. No question that mobile and analytics again seem to be kind of the winners here for the
Right.
mobile industry, for the banking industry.
Right. Okay. Lots of good opportunity here on mobile, analytics, cloud, social. So we'll include some links to that on where partners can get started and get pointed in the right direction on building their skills. So why don't we talk about financial markets?
Sure. So the financial market actually mirrors the banking industry pretty similarly.
Hmm.
They also are embracing cloud, but they also feel a sense of urgency to bridge a skill gap to embrace cloud. Only
Mm-hmm.
29%, excuse me, have some kind of deployment in cloud today. That seems to be relatively low for an industry that relies so much on data and transmission of data and fast use of data. Looking ahead, though, the cloud space is where the financial market seems to be placing its bets in the next 24 months.
Okay.
66% are saying that they are going to be deploying additional cloud solutions and also investing in clouds in the next 24 months. Now, like other industries, mobile is also a winner here. 70% cited that they want to increase investments in mobile. Now, it is not
Hmm.
clear what they plan to do with mobile for the financial markets. It is a speculation of mine to say that they are interested in making data easier to share it wherever their workers are, wherever the
Right.
customers want to make that accessibility to be extremely pervasive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want to share what they're going to do with it, but clearly there's an opportunity, right? 'Cause we definitely see a trend here with mobile, wanting to build more skills in mobile to gain competitive advantage, deliver better value to clients. Okay, all right, thanks, Jeff. So let's cover insurance.
Sure. The insurance industry, as you can imagine, relies heavily on analytics. And
Mm-hmm.
in fact, they have the largest deployment of analytics among the group of industries that we're talking about today at 74%. They also seem to be quite well equipped from their skills perspective to embrace analytics. And on a scale between 0 to 100, only 45% say that they have significant skill gap. Even
Hmm.
though that might sound big, relative to all the other industries in this space, they seem to be actually quite low. We're
Hmm.
interested to see where they're going to take the analytics technologies in the next 24 months. What's interesting to me about insurance, though, is not so much how they embrace analytics, is actually how they embrace social business solutions. Social business
Okay.
in this conversation, Jim, you might notice that actually had not been the top focus for a lot of the industries. But for
Mm-hmm.
insurance, it seems to be quite high. 64% of the insurance industry respondents have told us that they are using very significantly social solutions for their workplace. Now, one might speculate though that might due to the fact that there are dispersed workforce everywhere for
Mm-hmm.
the insurance industry, and they need to adopt collaborative solutions to help
Right.
drive that collaboration to ensure that their workforce is well connected. That could very well be the reason why. Just to give you a perspective, their adoption of social business is about double of how much other industries are embracing social business. So
Wow.
very
This is
interesting,
standout.
very unique opportunity here as well.
Okay, good. That's really interesting. So social. Okay. Very interesting. Well, Jeff, I really appreciate these key insights. Here, I mean, we're trying to provide some deeper insights for partners, our valuable ISVs, and specific to the context of their industry and the clients they serve, and trends and skills gaps, and where our partners might focus on building skills and enabling on technologies like mobile, social and insurance, or analytics, and cloud. So, Jeff, I really appreciate your time here, your perspectives and insights, and look forward to talking about this more with you later.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.